my channel. Today I'm doing a Kylie Jenner inspired makeup tutorial, which is the product right here. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to get this makeup look in an easy way, and obviously I'm not trying to make myself look exactly like her because we have completely different facial features, but I'm just going to show you the makeup that she has on but on my face. So if you want to know how to get this makeup look, then please keep watching. Okay, so to start with this Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look, I'm going to be taking a primer because in the photo it looks like she's got really flawless skin. I suppose she does because she's got the money to spend on all the good products, but I'm going to be taking the Collection Prime and Ready Mattifying Pore Minimizer Primer, which looks like this. I'm literally just going to pop this in my problem areas, which tends to just be around my nose and sort of around my chin. So I'll just rub that between my fingers. I'm going to like press and rub all on my nose. I mean, I've had the Benefit Professional before and that is like my favourite primer, but it's expensive. This one's a little bit more oily and silicone-y, which isn't the best, but it's like a fraction of the price, so I'll just put up with that. I'm just going to rub the rest around my face. And then I'm going to quickly set my nose area with my RCMA translucent powder because that just stops any oils coming through. Taking some of the powder on the lid, tapping the excess off and then setting that primer, and like I said, that helps to stop all my oils coming through, which is good because don't be oily. Okay, so after doing that, it's time for foundation. She's got this sort of like bronzy look going on, so I'm going to go a little bit darker with my foundation that I use. Sorry, I'm just looking at the picture. Yeah, so she's got this like bronze look, very highlighted, contoured, sort of a bit glowy, so that is what I'm going for. I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match in the shade Golden Beige 3W, and I'm going to use this like flat top brush from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to do a review on all my brushes because I recently bought quite a lot and they're really good. So take a couple of pumps of that. I'm just going to dab that all around my face, and yes, I have fake tan, that's why my foundation is a lot darker than my face. So I'm just going to hold my hair up like that and then just push it in. I like these brushes because I've always used my Real Technique sponge for putting my foundation on, but I find that it does soak up like so much product, so I was using like 4 or 5 pumps just to cover my face, whereas now I use 3 and that's more than enough with this brush. So I'm just gonna stipple on first and then I'll start buffing it in. Make sure to bring it down my neck as I've got my shoulder exposed. This jumper's from Misguided, by the way. They got in like a grey, a blue and a yellow colour, and it's so comfortable. Cool, so I think our foundation is blended in pretty good. Yep, looks okay. So the next step is concealer. As I said, she looks pretty highlighted, so I'm going to go a little bit heavier with the concealer. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which should be that way. Looks like that, and this is in the shade 20, I believe. Yeah, just says 20. So I'm going to take that and then do the triangle by my eyes. Take that up here. Go all along. This concealer's really good at covering and highlighting, but it's not too cakey under my eyes, which is good because I always look really cakey and dry under my eyes. So I'm going to take that and then my Real Technique sponge and blend it all out. I'm going to make sure to blend. And in the photo, Kylie's got sort of like this slant with her eyeshadow. So I'm going to make sure that I literally just take my concealer in a line. So then it gives us a line to focus our eyeshadow. I probably should have done the concealer after my eyeshadow, but you can always clear up with translucent powder, which is a tip I learned from another YouTube video. Then the next thing to do is set. Kylie actually looks quite matte all over her face, apart from where she's highlighted. So I'm going to go, not heavy, but I'm definitely going to set my mug. Just taking some of the RCMA powder, tapping that, make sure to hit your eyes. And then it means that there's a nice base for the eyeshadow to go on. And then I'm going to always tap off the excess because I don't like getting loads of powder everywhere. I'm going to hit my nose, make sure I press as well as like swirl it around because that means it's going to proper suck onto that foundation, and then just go all over wherever else I've had liquids. Probably looks like a lot of makeup, but where I'm oily, I do have to make sure I set everything, otherwise it's going to end up transferring and looking a hot mess. I'm then just going to take a big fluffy brush and just go over, dusting off any excess powder. Okay, so what I want to do now is frame my face with my eyebrows. Me and Kylie have very different eyebrow shapes, so I'm going to try and do the same sort of what she has, but my eyebrows don't look like that. But I'm going to try. I will try. So I'm going to take my L'Oreal Brow Artist and I'm just going to take the powder side. Sorry, mine is really beat up and disgusting because I use it every day. And then again, taking one of my BH brushes, this little angled one, and I'm just going to go in with the powder and shape my brows. I brought you in closer to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to hit some light strokes and brush the powder through my eyebrows. I'm going to try and keep up as much as possible so you can see what I'm doing. I literally hate doing my eyebrows. I'm trying to grow them out and it is the most painful thing ever. I just want to pluck. I just want to pluck. So bad. Now Kylie's got quite dark eyebrows, but where I'm blonde I don't want to go too dark because otherwise I'm going to look stupid. So I'm just going to focus a lot of the pigment on the tail of my brow, because as long as you leave the front sort of more natural, you can go really strong with the tail of your brow and it's still going to look like okay. So that's what I'm going to do, just focus it all on the end. Also going to bring my tail further along like this, so it sort of swoops around a little bit more because she has longer eyebrows than I do. My eyebrows are shambles. Okay, so this is what the first brow looks like. I'm just going to quickly do the other one and then come back. I'm having some focusing issues with my camera, so if I'm a little bit out of focus, sorry about that. But I'm now going to take my Max Factor Brow Styler, which is in this compartment. It's going a little bit brown at the moment, but oh well. I'm just going to set my brows, run this through. I really like this one because it doesn't make your eyebrows crunchy. And you get a lot more than the Rimmel one that I used to use. The Rimmel one's literally like that big compared to it, and this one's a lot bigger. So just set those brows. Okay, so the next stage is to go onto the eyes. Now you can use any palette you've got, any sort of brown neutral palette's gonna be great. I'm gonna go in with my Violet Voss Pro palette just because I haven't used it on camera yet, and it is just stunning. Okay, ready? So I'm just gonna remind myself of what it looks like. So she's got sort of like some browny orangey tones in the crease and then like a shimmer on the lid. So a pretty basic eye look, but I think it looks really good because she's like, it's kind of smoked out, and with the brown lipstick I think it just looks so good. So what I'm going to do is take a clean brush, this one from BH is the 101 fluffy brush, and then I'm going to go in with, let's have a look, I'm going to go in with the colour Bestie. You can see that? This is my transition shade. Oh, sorry, I couldn't talk then. My transition shade, and just fluff that through the crease. Don't know if to bring you in any closer or whether that's okay. Should be okay, should be able to see. Yeah, just fluff that through the crease. I find I only need to bring you in close when I'm doing intricate eye looks, but this one's pretty simple really. Just keep fluffing. And then I'm going to go in with the colour Are You Kitten Me, which is a slightly darker shade. Still quite warm and brown, just fluffing that through. Make sure to bring it outwards, especially if you've got hooded eyes, bring it out to this bit here. Don't just go round, bring it out as well because it helps give you that almond eye shape which everyone wants. Then I'm going to pick up the colour Brownie Points, which is this dark shade down here. I'm just going to focus that more in the outer crease, just so we build up some colour. Can you see the difference between the two? You might not be able to see it on camera, but definitely a lot darker. Again, bringing it all the way out. Don't worry if you come too far out because we're going to clean that up anyway. Again, the same on the other side. I'm going to be taking a small pencil brush and going in with the shade Teddy Bear, which is this shade here, the darkest brown in the palette. Hitting that right on the tip, tapping off the excess, and just going right in that crease. Very focused, sort of like the outer V outer crease area, packing that colour in, and then I'm just going to go through and blend it out. So that is all the matte and crease work done. Looking at the photo, I'm trying to figure out what sort of colour she's got on her eye. She's got like a champagne-y colour. I'm trying to see what I've got. Let me have a little rummage in my drawers. Okay, so the colour I'm going to use for the like lid area is this L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour eyeshadow in the colour Ice Latte. I bought this out in America. It is a gorgeous shade, great for like inner corner highlighting. It's sort of like a champagne colour. You can see that. Do a little swatch for you so you can see. You see that? Oh, it's so good. Really good for highlighting as well. So I always take these sort of colours on my finger because it just picks it up better. So I'm just going to take my ring finger and I'm just going to tap it just on where it's bare, not where we've put any colour. Make sure to keep it just on the lid as well and not the crease. And then just tap that on. These go on so nice with your finger. When I go back to Florida, I want to get more of these. I really want like a cranberry shade, I bet. Right, so now we've got that on, just to tidy it up a little bit, I'm just going to go through the crease again to make sure we've got no shimmer in the crease, because otherwise that's when it makes your eyes look oily and wet looking and not that great. So just blend that through. And that's pretty much the eyes done. As you can see in the photo from before, she's got like this, it goes straight up. There's no sort of like blend out. So what I'm going to do is take my beauty blender from earlier that's still got sort of like some product on, and then just tap a line out as to where she has her shadow coming to an end. So can you see that? It just goes straight. And that helps to, again, elongate your eyes. I don't know if you can tell the difference between those two eyes. That one's straight, that one's more blended. What you can do instead is, if you do your eyes before your foundation, you can just blend your eyes out to filth, and then when you put your foundation and concealer on, just bring the concealer up and then just keep that straight look going. I think it looks so good, especially for someone with hooded lids as well. It just helps to elongate my eye. Okay, so for the moment I'm just going to go back onto the face. I'm going to do contouring. I'm going to use the Revolution Makeup Revolution London contouring palette. This is the powder one and it looks like this. I use mine quite a lot, hence the powder everywhere. I'm then going to take my BH Cosmetics brush in 124 and just mix these shades because they're the ones I use all the time. Tap off some excess and then just hit where I would normally contour. Kylie's very contoured in that picture, very like bronzed and autumnal, so that's what we want to. This palette is so good if you're on a budget as well. My boyfriend got it for me for my birthday, but I honestly couldn't recommend it enough. It's just so good. And they come up with like a banana shade and like 2 highlighting shades, which are amazing. So yeah, definitely recommend. Then I'm gonna hit my forehead. Make that 5-headed forehead again. What to do is highlight. I'm going to go in with this brush. It's like a fat blender brush. It's the 129 from BH. And then I'm just literally going to take that shimmer shade from the Revolution palette, tap into it. Very white this shade, so if you're quite dark in complexion, I'd recommend using the bottom one instead. And then I'm just going to hit the high points and then blend it out. A good glow, definitely a good glow. And I like using smaller brushes for highlight because I feel like I can control it better. When I use big brushes, I end up getting highlight like down here on my contour, and that's not where you want it. So I find smaller brushes, you can precisely put it on with creams or powders, and then you can sort of blend it out with a bigger brush later. She's got a very highlighted nose, so I'm just going to go down the bridge and hit the tip of my nose. If you wanted, you could probably contour your nose, but I don't really do that, so yeah. I'm not going to attempt it now because that might be a hot mess. Okay, so going back to this picture, she definitely has eyeliner on and false lashes, so we're going to do eyeliner and false lashes. For eyeliner, I'm going in with my trusty L'Oreal Perfect Slim Super Liner. I'm just gonna, she doesn't really have much of a wing, she just has quite a bit of eyeliner on, so try and do this as good as I can. you'll probably know what I'm going to use. The L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I'm just going to hit the top and the bottom, but the bottom I'm going to hit a little bit more because it looks like she's quite heavy on the bottom because she hasn't got any shadow underneath. So yeah, that's what you're going to do. Nice full lashes at the top and quite thick spiky ones at the bottom. Done. You could just leave it like this, but I'm going to go in with falsies. I'm going to go in with the Allure Texture number 157s. I have worn these before, hence why they're in the tub like that. But like I said, you can go with or without. You can go really dramatic, not very dramatic. But I'm going to try and go with the style that she's got. So yeah, I'm going in with these ones. I'm going to do it off camera because I'm rubbish at putting lashes on. Okay, so these are the lashes on. As you can see, they add a little bit more drama. They probably are more dramatic than she's got on, but they are the only pair of lashes that I own. So now is time for lips. In the video, I can see, in the photo, I can see that she's got this gorgeous, like, brownie colour on. Sorry, my screen's filthy. Let me just clean it. Yeah, she's got like this gorgeous brownie colour that she's sort of famous for. I've got the colour Antique something. I'll tell you what, let me go get the colours and I'll show you. I have the colours Antique Velvet, which is this very dark colour, and then I've got the shade Whirl, and I think the colour that she used is kind of like a mix of the two, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to mix the two together and see what we come out with. I'm going to go in with Whirl first because that is the lighter colour. I overdraw my lips as well because obviously she's got fillers and I don't. And then I'm just going to dab some Antique Velvet on because this basically looks black when it's on anyway. So that is the lip colour. I think it's quite a good match, to be honest. I mean, hers is definitely more matte. These are the matte lipsticks, but they do have a little bit of shine to them. But I think that is a good match. Everyone, so I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was easy to follow. I've just sort of taken the idea of the makeup that she wore and put it in a way that I would interpret it. I hope that's the right way of saying it. Obviously I'm not going to look exactly like her because we have completely different facial features, but this is the makeup but on my face. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading every week now, religiously, because I've pre-filmed a lot. But yeah. Don't forget to come back and hit that subscribe button. Until then, I shall see you later.